Yeah, so this video might get me in trouble with YouTube. I've dropped some F-bombs and S-bombs, but we're gonna start talking about the S-bomb of all S-bombs, at least for YouTube anyways. So there wasn't really any way of avoiding this one, so I don't know, just roll it. My name's Kent. I'm a writer, YouTuber, and self-proclaimed hummus aficionado.
Hummus.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but with you watching, that makes two of us. No image of discipline and zeal stands out in history quite like the image of the samurai. Aside from its iconic relevance to pushing through strife, we can actually turn to the katana-wielding warrior for teaching us about how to live a meaningful life, which ironically is demonstrated in how brutally they unalive themselves. If this sounds like extremely backwards thinking, please give me a chance to unpack this paradox of samurai doctrine by narrating my super brief retelling of the true story from feudal Japan called Chishungura, also known as Treasury of Loyal Retainers, also known as 47 Ronin, which are all retellings about the real-life event known as the Akko incident. The story goes something like this. In feudal Japan, a noble lord named Asano draws his sword during a peaceful ceremony due to an altercation with another lord, Kira. Asano is sentenced by the emperor to commit seppuku, also known as ritualistic suicide. Somehow, Kira faces no punishment despite possibly being the one responsible for instigating the altercation in the first place. With honor being held in the highest regard in Japan, Asano accepts his emperor's decree and cuts his chest wide open with his own blade. His samurai soldiers are now without a master and are therefore considered Ronin, masterless samurai. In circumstances like this, it would be expected that these men, now without a lord to serve, would wander these lands looking for paid work like mercenaries. But here's where things get next level. 2 years later, after deliberating and planning, 47 of Asano's ex-samurai raid Kira's castle. They kidnap Kira and execute him on the grave of their old master, making vengeance in Asano's honor immortalized. The 47 Ronin turn themselves in and are sentenced to seppuku, just like their master. With their purpose fulfilled, they accept, and every last one of them stabs himself in the chest, ripping out their internal organs, just like how their master went 2 years prior. They do so happily, as they accomplish all they were meant to do in this life. So what can we learn from this story? First off, samurai are some badass motherfuckers. But on a more serious note, purpose is an extremely strong driving force to our meaning of life. Without it, our life may very well fall into meaninglessness. This episode is brought to you by cashews. Cashews are by far the best nut. Peanuts are mid, and almonds suck, and don't even get me started on almond milk. For me, nothing quite beats the rich taste of a handful of cashews. Unfortunately, until Big Cashew starts sending me checks, I'm relying on you to help me keep shoving decadent nuts in my mouth. So like and subscribe. To give a little more background to this story, the title of Ronin was seen as a shameful position to hold in feudal Japan. A masterless samurai held no honor, as he had no honorable lord to serve. Choosing to continue working as some kind of mercenary only brought dishonor to your name. The more righteous thing to do in those times was to kill yourself, since you held no real purpose, or, at the very least, do what the 47 Ronin did by seeking vengeance in your dead master's name, and then, once vengeance served, proceed with ritualistic suicide. Although I personally think this depicts some straight-up gangster-ass shit, I most certainly hope no one incorporates it in their own life. What I'm trying to convey is how essential purpose plays in the human experience. No one understood this quite like the samurai. For them, purpose transcended everything, even your own life. And although we all may live very different lives than a feudal samurai, this concept of purpose driving us to have a reason to live is something we all can relate to. What is your purpose? Is it clear what you must do to accomplish this purpose? Is your purpose something concrete which is able to carry on even when other aspects of your life crumble before you? If you struggle to answer any of these questions, you're not alone. For a lot of us, our job might be filling our sense of purpose. Maybe we have a family which gives us direction. What if you lost these things? How much will you wonder about your life's meaning if they disappeared tomorrow? What is your purpose outside of other people and collecting a paycheck? Personally, I'm holding on to this writing thing tightly these days. Maybe you'd even include these YouTube videos as well. I think it holds the key properties to having a purpose nearly impervious to factors outside of my control. A job can always be lost, a love interest can always leave you, but a purpose such as writing or making silly videos on YouTube is hard to take away. So long as I can write or make YouTube videos, I'm fulfilling my purpose. I may never be published, I may only ever get a few people to read my words, I might get banned on YouTube for even this video. But the very act of writing is almost impossible to take away from me. I could name off random purposes you can be interested in, but you likely have an idea of something already. It's the type of task you notice which almost instantly pulls you away from the past and future, bringing you straight into the present. Sure, it will be challenging and stressful in its own way, but more times than not, you will find yourself more focused than you have ever been on anything in your entire life. If you found this passion, hold on to it, work at it, master it. Maybe you haven't found this passion of yours. In that case, I'd spend as much time as possible searching for something which gives this kind of fulfillment and eudaimonia, making you hard-driven, till death, like a samurai. And if you like that video, then you can check out my book that's available on Amazon that talks about a whole bunch of things in terms of dealing with hard times. It has a title so edgy you might not even be able to say it on YouTube. But it's there in the description if you guys are interested. But as always, if you like, you can stay tuned for more content that's gonna help you through whatever you're going through. And, like, subscribe, do that thing down below where you comment on my videos. Even if it's, negative comments, I don't mind. That helps push that magical algorithm to send more of my stuff. So thank you for the comments that are negative or positive. Hopefully positive. But hey, by all means, send a negative one down below. It'll help me. Thank you.